So all the way from Denmark, we have Mansfield. How are you doing, guys?
Yeah, thank you.
You're doing all right, yeah.
Yes.
We've got some very exciting things coming up as well, I've heard. This nice new album.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about that. What's that all about? For all the right reasons.
Well, it's an album about being a band and being in a process of development. We put out the album like a week ago, so it's great to be here in England to promote the album. And it's called For All the Right Reasons because we wanted to sort of communicate a message of hope and devotion. We're totally devoted to the band and what we're doing as musicians, and we wanted to do a second album for the right reasons because we're into the music, the camaraderie, the contact or the communication with the audience. So that's very important to us.
Yeah, so it's very meaningful then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So how many songs are in this album?
11 songs on it.
Okay, and is this out now? Or?
It's out now,
Okay.
Just released.
Yes.
Just released. It came out last week.
Nice one. So as soon as this interview comes out, you have to go and listen to it. You have to go and listen to it.
That is the deal.
So how long have you guys been making music for then as a band?
Well, as a band, well, since 2015. Yeah. And, in the beginning, it was just for fun. And a few years ago, these guys said, well, should we turn the band into something real? Get a label and stuff like that. I was kind of, come on guys, let's just relax, don't do that. And these guys were pushing forward, and I was blown away actually.
Yeah.
They succeeded, and I was keen on it. Yeah.
Well, here we are now, we're in England, we're in Derby.
Yeah.
All the way from Denmark.
Yes.
So you guys are doing a bit of a weekend tour, aren't you, around England?
Yeah, till Tuesday actually. So
Yeah. So where are you with this tour? Obviously, we're in Derby now. But
Derby. Oh, I can't remember the hall. Liverpool.
All tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're doing 5 shows.
Yeah.
okay.
And 4 interviews while we're here, so it's quite cool actually. So the first show is here in Derby tonight, and then we're off to Mansfield tomorrow. The radio interview in Mansfield. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And then we're going to perform with a Derby-based band called Marseille.
Marseille, yeah, we had Marseille on an interview.
Yeah, they're great.
Great.
We've played with them before.
Yeah.
So we're performing with them tomorrow night in Hull, and then we're off to Liverpool to do a couple of shows in Liverpool, and then we'll end up in Manchester.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, what genre is this music?
Melodic guitar pop.
Melodic guitar pop.
Yeah, guitar.
I would say Britpop.
Yeah.
Well, usually the English audiences get this a lot better than the Danish ones do. So we're talking their musical language, I would suppose.
Yeah.
In all modesty, I mean, it's what I grew up on and what everybody else in the band grew up on, and it just comes out.
Yeah.
So
And this new album is a classic indie record, I'd say. And I totally agree with Matthias that you can really hear the influences in the songwriting and in the sound of the album.
Yeah. It's very technical, and would you say this is conveying you? So this is Mansfield.
Absolutely. I mean, the first album that we put out was recorded within 3 days, so that was really quick. But it was kind of like an album sort of very much inspired by the 60s and the recording process of bands in the 60s, how they used to do things.
Yeah.
So it was recorded really quickly, and it kind of had the vibe of an album like A Hard Day's Night. Great songs on it, easy to play, and backing vocals, 2 guitars, bass, drums, cool tracks, and then just having a great time.
Yeah.
Whereas this album is, different. It's more modern and it's more contemporary, I'd say. And we've spent a lot more time on the production of the album.
Cool. Sounds really good.
Yeah.
So throughout this time that you guys have been releasing music and been together as a band, what keeps you most motivated to keep going?
Concerts for me. Yeah, it's great to play. it's great to come here to England. I was smiling. It's not often you see people smile at the airports, but I was smiling. It was great to come here, and just because, well, it's not home. Obviously, it's not home. We are from Copenhagen, but it's a different audience. Much better to play here.
Oh yes, yes it is.
Yeah.
I would agree that it's the concerts, but also the fact that actually people get away from their homes, from their safety of their homes, to get out to some joint and see us play. That is amazing, and they do this wherever we come. And there's people in the world who have this or the other record at home and listen to it. And it might be 50, it might be 500, it might be 5,000. I'm always extremely stoked by this thought that somebody actually is interested in what I like to play and what I like to keep myself busy with. And I'm really grateful for this as well. So that's basically what always was the motivating factor behind playing music, not so much there's this business side, of course, I'm not really good at, but I grew up on the thought of just playing music as much as possible and being happy about whenever somebody's interested in what you're doing, and that's what actually keeps me going most. So the fact that it's almost like metaphysics. You stand there on the bandstand, and you just by way of you manipulating your instrument, somebody obviously feels the urge to dance or something like that. And is there anything more amazing? I mean, it's magic, isn't it? So that's I'm like a little boy in a candy store when I experience this. I do really like it.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I think, like you said, it is amazing that you guys can make your music, and people in England or anywhere can enjoy this music, dance to it, and feel emotions from it. And this is something that you guys have created.
Exactly. Last week we played a concert in Copenhagen, and people were singing along. I was kind of, what is that? How songs? Yeah. So that was good.
And the cool thing is, we sing in English, and the sound of the band is sort of pretty international. Like I don't think we sound like a typical Scandinavian band. Do you know what I mean? So I think that means we get people from all over the world listening to our music, and the music resonates with them. It's easier for them to understand what we're singing about, obviously, because we sing in English, but just the sound of the band kind of strikes a note with a lot of people in different countries. So we have people listening to our songs in Spain, America, England, Hong Kong, Australia, Germany, Ireland, Sweden, and so on, and we get response from so many different people on radio stations all across the globe. That is wicked.
That is incredible.
That is great.
That is incredible.
And we're really thankful for that.
So I'm going to move on to the final question.
Sure.
If you guys could be anywhere within your band, right? So if you guys could play anywhere, where would you play, and what is your dream as a band?
You mean venue-wise?
Yeah, so, and where would you want to be if you could be wherever you wanted?
It would be too easy to say Wembley or something.
Well, I was thinking Glastonbury, of course. I would love to play Glastonbury, but there's so many places. It's not really about the places. It's not really about the size of the audience as well. So I'm of course those big audiences in big places would be fun and great and stuff. But I don't know. It's.
Give us a venue and we'll play there.
I would almost say, as long as I can do this, then there's no dream venue, because everything is great. I mean, I've experienced so many strange places to play that turned out amazing, and this is not only with this band, but in general as a musician, you don't ever know what you're getting. So it can be something that starts like totally crappy. You're coming to the place, nobody's prepared, and nothing works out and stuff. And then you notice that the core audience of the place is 18-year-old punks. And then suddenly you play whatever you're playing, and you get them, and they go home and they say, well, that wasn't really 18-year-old punk music, but it was great anyways, and we had a great time. So, and this is priceless, and it doesn't really relate to the size of the audience, I think. But so the whole thing would be amazing, but Glastonbury would be fine. So.
It would be fine.
Glastonbury would be amazing.
Just fine.
Yeah.
Sure. We got asked the same question recently by a Danish music magazine, and they asked us, where would you like to play if you could choose any venue or any place in the world? Philip's response immediately was like, Wembley.
Yeah, but same response in the same answer I was writing. But who wouldn't?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, who would want to do that? Yeah, and I was like, I totally agree with Matthias that Glastonbury would be amazing, and I thought of Roskilde Festival because that's the big festival in Scandinavia. Okay. But a few years ago, our dream was to play at the Cabin Club in Liverpool because we all like the Beatles. And 2 years ago, that dream came true when we did our first show after the pandemic. We got offered to do like 2 shows at the Cabin, and we did it, and it was amazing. So you should definitely just, stick to following your dreams and just keep dreaming, because one day it might happen. You never know.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me
Our pleasure.
on today's interview.